All right. I think that worked. Jan, did you hear it? Was there sound? Our first AD made a new graphic for us, and that's going to be our intro going forward. And with that, we're also changing the entire format of the show too. We've been running a little long in the past, and we're going to try and keep it to about 30 minutes. But instead of once a month, we're going to do it twice a month, and we're going to try and do it on Sunday nights, just like we did this time. So we want to end our start the show talking about how you can enter the photo review show or enter the photos into the photo contest. And with that, you go over to jpeg2RAW.com, go up to the photo contest entry, if I can get that to work, go to contest entry. You have two ways on here to enter, through either the Facebook group, through the regular group or the beginners group. Through our website, click on one of these two things. The theme is mentioned down below. I'll talk about the December theme in just a second. Or if you don't like that, the easiest way, and the way most people do it, is enter through one of our Facebook groups, either the jpeg2RAW regular groups or the beginners group. Either one of those, that's how most people enter, is through the Facebook group. You can find us over on Facebook, just searching for jpeg2RAW, and you'll be able to enter that way. The theme for December is going to be the best of 2017. Every December for the last 4 or 5 years, we've done this, where it is the best of the year. So no theme, it's whatever you want to enter. The contest rules I'll post here in the next week, so you can do that. And we have celebrity judges. AD has been our judge for, maybe every one we've done. I don't know, but I know for at least the last 3, you've been the judge. And I'm working on getting a few other judges, so we'll do those. It's about the same as we normally do it every month, but it is any image you took in the entire year of 2017 versus just a month. So be getting those ready. It could be one you took in December, or it could be one you took in January, as long as you took it in at sometime in 2017. So there you go. We'd love to have you enter. And this show, you can get it on YouTube. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Podbean, I think. We only do a video version of it, so you only can get it from those places. So go out there, subscribe to one of those 3 places, and get the show as soon as it's released. All right, AD, you ready to do the images? Get some images going?
Yeah. I'm excited. Go ahead.
I forgot to mention, because we're going to keep it shorter, we're not going to do as many images each show, but we're going to do 2 shows, so you have another chance to do it.
Yeah. So we have a lot of folks that enter every week, and that's awesome. I love to see that people are trying to be creative and want to learn. But we also want to give everybody a fair chance, and we don't want to be on here and keep you guys for an hour. Everybody has, a lot of things that they have going on. It's a busy time of year, and seriously, it's always been a good time, and I've never minded it sitting and talking about photos for a couple of hours with you. But we do understand that folks can't hang out, so we want to condense the show down. Keep it so you know what to expect, and give everybody a chance to get their photos reviewed. And I'm going to do a special edit, and I'm going to do an AD's pick, where I pick my favorite photo. Probably won't agree with everybody else because I'm a little weird, but it'll give you a little bit more idea of my vision a little bit in the image, and I'll talk about that. So yeah, man, we're gonna hit up the beginners tonight. And I want to say, when you were talking about how you can enter, you guys, I was going through the images because I have to pick images ahead of time, and I usually don't do that. You guys are leaving like great descriptions. This round has had some wonderful explanations as to why you guys are taking the photos, and thank you for doing that, because that's going to help me help you. And so it's awesome to keep that up for sure.
Yep, very good. All right, you ready to get started with the first image?
Yeah, man, throw it up there. Let's.
All right, this first image is from Felix Jude.
Yep.
And I believe this may be his first time entering.
Yeah, I think it's the first time that I've actually seen an image from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Felix gives us some information about the photo, which is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
He just explains that he's from India, and so it's a very traditional on the country celebrate a festival called Diwali, and it's essentially a festival of lights. So that's cool. That's got some symbolism there, which is very awesome. It says that he wishes to convey through the composition the vast and extremely diverse population of India celebrating the Festival of Lights with everybody. So, Felix, I think it's a wonderful image. It's gorgeous. I love what you do with the bokeh. But for me, looking at the image without an explanation, I would not know where the image was from. This could be on my table at my house. You know, it could be on Mike's table at his house. It could be outside. Who knows? I think if that is kind of what you mean, because I obviously have a Westerner's view here. So if that's what you mean by that we all celebrate together everywhere, so it doesn't really matter where the light is from, it's just the light. I missed the festival part of it. I think it's a nice photo. I think it's well taken. I love it. And you gave me some key things about how you got this. Felix shot this with a 2.8 lens. That's how you get those bokeh lights in the background. If you guys want to at home, ring of Christmas lights in the background, and focus on something that's in the foreground in front of those lights, in all of the Christmas lights will turn into those nice globes in the back, and they'll look like that. But I think it's a beautiful image, but I didn't get quite I didn't get the feeling that you were trying to convey with the composition, because I don't have people. I don't see a festival going on. It looks like a nice in a well-taken photo. And I think it stands alone with that, and what it means to you is awesome. And if you're trying to convey that, I would do people celebrating in there along with an image like this, and that will maybe help convey the whole festival and share that with the world, so that we can all experience that culture and see people celebrating. I think would help all of us. I don't know if I'm speaking for you, Mike, just speaking for myself.
No, I agree. It's a cool shot, but I don't get without reading his thing. I don't get the festival. Like you said, it could have been anywhere. I could take that on my table. So I like the shot, but I don't get what he was intending with it unless I read his story.
Yeah, and I think that, like I said, unless he meant it conveys the diversity and celebration together by being kind of anonymous, then that does work. So it's kind of down to interpretation at that point. But I think that I think it's a beautiful image. So keep submitting. This is the kind of stuff that we like to see on here. So, hey, Willie, how you doing, man? Thanks for checking in from Ireland. It's got to be it's in the morning or something over there, man. You're crazy dude.
We're coming an hour earlier for him, so we did that just for Willie.
That's right. Yep.
All right. Up next is this image by William Alexander. Let me get his name up here. There we go, William Alexander. He did not give us any information, so we're not going to share anything there. Nothing I found.
Okay, so William gave an explanation on Facebook.
He did,
though. Yeah, so let me just go from memory here, Mike, because it's fine. Okay. He said he was just walking down the street, and he this odd-looking thing sticking out of a building, and he was like, "What the heck is that there for?" He literally said, "What the heck is that?" He didn't quite understand what it was, and so he decided to take a photo of it, and then he processed it in black and white to kind of use the contrast to bring the shape out more in the image, and then make the background kind of just not so forward. When I first saw this image, I thought it was a great street photography image. Like, I thought the moment capturing the guy looking up at the sign was good. I don't know if that was posed. I'm not sure. There's a couple of other guys looking at, so I'm not sure if there was some conversation or setup there. What I don't like about the image is all the stuff that's going. There's just so much. There's wires and there's telephone poles, and the telephone pole really is taking center stage here, even though you did try to put it in the background. And I think that move by going black and white was your brain saying to yourself, I got to do something. There's a lot going on in this image, and I think it comes down to maybe try different compositions of I'm going to tell you, man, go lay on the ground, shoot upwards. If you've got to shoot towards the sky, try some different things like that. You often see photographers laying on the ground looking at stuff, and you're like, what is that fool doing? And that's usually it. They want to capture something, but there's no good composition. I live in a part of the country where there are wires and signs everywhere. And so we're forced to be more creative, just simply to try to get that stuff out of the photo without doing a ton of editing. And you try to edit this, although you could, it would be a nightmare. And would it be worth it in the end? I don't know. So I like the black and white treatment. I think you did an excellent job there. I think you're right on with trying to push the background back. I think you did that well. The shape really sticks out, but I don't think that this was. I think it needed more attention to trying different things with the composition. But I think it's a good start, and definitely awesome for submitting that. And I did get your explanation on Facebook. I did run around trying to see who submitted what. So I'm not sure, Mike. We missed that one.
I must have missed it. Yes, I didn't get it.
That's all right.
Like you, when I looked at it, so without seeing that write up, AD.
Yeah. Yep.
I did not know that, I figured the focus was probably that big thing, whatever it is, sticking out. Yeah. But it is the darkest thing in the image. So my eye does go to it. But there's so much noise, let's say, so much distractions in the image that it's hard to there's just a lot of distractions. Yep. But I do think that, like you said.
I like where he was going.
Yeah. Like you said, I think that it was a good choice to turn it black and white. That probably reduced some of the distractions in the image. All right.
Sure did. Yep.
Up next is this one from our friend Jay Purcell.
Yeah, Jay Purcell. Happy birthday, Jay. Today's your birthday, buddy. Actually, it's over by 17 minutes. So screw you, it's not birthday anymore. Ha ha ha. I've been messing with him all day today, sending him birthday things and just hamming it up really good. So, but yeah, Jay comes through again with another fantastic image of this guy. Cracks me up. I'm just playing with my camera. I'm like, I hate you, dude. I really don't. Well, let's get down to brass tacks. Jay wants to learn to get better. Jay wants to know more about, how to take a better shot. I think this is a good shot for composition. I like the story here of the red on the sneakers and the red on the leaf, and it's autumn, and he caught all of that. And I like the composition that he did with that as well. What I don't like is the pink and the fingers and the tone. This would be something where I think it's time for you to take, if you want to take your photography farther, let's get serious, man. Let's get a camera. I know you like to use your iPhone, and that's easy to do, but I think you have some talent, and I think you owe it to yourself to possibly think about getting a DSLR and taking it to the next step. And you can still take pictures with your iPhone or whatever, and that's fine. If that's all you ever want to do, that's fine too. But you're only going to go just so far, I think, with that. And, I know there's people out there who, get their iPhone photos on billboards, but trust me, it's very few.
Yeah. But the thing that I noticed in his images is how creative he is. He definitely has the eye.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I think with just a little bit of tweaking, I would have liked to have seen the skin tones a little nicer in this. And that would have made his hand kind of not be so loud in the image, I think, because right now that red and everything is kind of coming out in his fingers. His fingers are probably cold, or he was out walking or something, right. And the blood pressure was up. But I just would like to see, I'd like to see him take it to the next level and really put some time into learning some Lightroom adjustments. And I know he doesn't like to. He doesn't like to go too deep. He likes to keep it rather simple and just try, using the basic stuff. And hey, man, you can still shoot in JPEG not do a lot of, learn more about like this. I think this would have looked a little better with a better bokeh than you're going to get out of an iPhone,
Right.
even, or an Android or whatever. It's not just the phone itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the phone itself. They shoot with a 1.8 and it's a fixed aperture, and even at 1.8, it's not a good 1.8. It's a little teeny tiny lens. It's only going to be so good. So, but yeah, another great image, Jay. So keep it up, man. Just and when you're ready to move forward, you got to let us know so we can help you. So.
Yep. All right. Very good, Jay. And last one in the beginners group is this one by Nancy Zoomback Smith.
Nancy brings a very difficult image forward.
Yes.
And I give her a lot of credit for, let's talk first so everybody knows. This photo was taken at a memorial service for her daughter-in-law. So she found it a poignant to focus on the word honor on the shoulder of the member of the honor guard. And this ceremony was to honor her service to our country. So she brings a very difficult image to critique.
Yeah.
I think Nancy, if I had only one thing, I think you captured, obvious moment in time that was very difficult. And, even to think as a photographer, I try to put myself in your shoes to try to I don't think for me it would be possible to think about composition or any of that stuff. I mean, it's just a really difficult thing for me to wrap my head around. I don't work very well with folks passing away, and I like to remember them as they were. I don't do funerals. I just can't deal with that sort of thing. So this is a very difficult image for me. I think the only thing that I would recommend is a bit more of the patch. The moment. But other than that, I mean, this isn't an image that you're going to go out and sell. This would be something that if you wanted to keep it in memorandum, for her, you would, or in memoriam, I should say, you'd want to print it and put it on a wall for yourself. And that's all that matters in this image. But it's gorgeous and it's a wonderful thing. I couldn't, like I said, couldn't do it myself. I probably couldn't even get my camera up there to shoot it. So more power to you for sure. And thank you for your daughter-in-law's service for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. This was the winner in the beginners group, the one we chose for the winner.
Absolutely.
Yep, great image. And I love the capture the honor on there too. And you got the feeling for it. You knew right away without even reading her write-up what this was.
Right, exactly. I didn't know that it was her daughter-in-law.
Right, you didn't know the connection, but you knew that right. You knew what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. The raindrops, everything, and you can even see the umbrella. I mean, it's just an amazing image, and it looks like there's a daughter or a sister there in front, and a husband or a father. I mean, it's just a wonderful image all the way around.
All right, so that's it for the beginners group. Now we're ready to do what we're going to do now. One from the regulars group. We're
going to do an edit.
We're going to do an edit. Yes.
Yes. So we've got, we'll leave my image till last, the one that was my favorite.
Okay.
And then if we want to talk about the winner, we can. We got about 7 or 8 minutes left. I told you we were going to keep this thing. The edit is going to be super quick. It's just, and I got a couple of images loaded up that I want to quickly talk about, and then we can wrap it, man. Right. So it should be pretty quick.
All right.
I'm going to share my screen. We'll give a little pause here because Mike edits this stuff together. So, Mike, you tell me when you're ready for me to share, and I'll go ahead.
Ready whenever you're ready.
Oh, boy. I just got a nice little message from them. Oh, that's interesting. I just got a message from okay, I can't share my screen.
All right, well, we'll pause for a second.
Yeah, let me call you right back. Let me pause for a second.
Yep.
Point for you. And let me restart Skype because that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So I'll be right back.
All right. While we're waiting for AD, so anybody who came in late, what we're doing is we're doing them on Sunday, the photo review show here on Sunday nights. around 7 o'clock was what we're going to try and do. And then we're going to try and keep them to right around 30 minutes, much shorter than what we used to. And we'll do them twice a month versus just once. And we're going to do, normally we're going to do just, okay, hold on a second. I got to get AD back in here.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
I was just explaining what we're doing for people who showed up late. Normally, we're just going to do 3 in the regulars group each time. AD is going to do 1 edit and 1 critique from the regulars group, and that we'll go from there.
Yeah, if you want to talk about the winner that was picked, or we'll pick the person who wins the Lightroom presets, we can do that. But that should be right about the amount of time. It's going to go a little long because we're still trying to feel the whole thing out. So
yeah, and I'm definitely not smooth with this yet.
And I had to reboot Skype.
Yeah,
never happened before. All right, let's see if we get this in valid monitor handle.
All right, and Stephen Riley. We hadn't seen him in a while. Awesome for Stephen to be out there on YouTube.
Cool.
I mean,
all right. You ready, Mike?
I am ready.
Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. There. Wow, you are just.
I was on it.
Such a pro with that. I have a little Skype window. All right, I'm just going to go with that little Skype. All right, so we have an image up here from Christina Benge, and it says fall has arrived, and she said that she kind of did this as a Facebook cover, and she says that she's more comfortable with portrait photography. So she's been trying to break out of her comfort zone, though, and grow in other areas. And I think that's a great thing to do. But let's think of it this way, Christina. Let's think of it as you're trying to experiment and get out of your comfort zone to grow in the area that you want to do better in, because that's what getting out of the comfort zone and trying different things actually does without us really knowing it. So if you're a portrait photographer, I highly suggest you learn landscape photography, because that's going to make your portraiture better. And you're going to learn about composition. You're going to learn about not targeting people. I see a lot of portraiture photographers out there who put the people right in the center of the image, very much like we have this image. And I want to kind of prove a point with a quick edit here about how you can make an image more powerful by creatively using negative space. So if you look at this image, we have negative space on the left, we have negative space on the right. Negative space is basically stuff that has no real subject matter to it. It's kind of just there as a buffer. And then we have the subject targeted in the center of the image. And while this is okay for certain things like symmetry and matter-of-fact images, as I like to call them, where we're putting it boldly in someone's face, and it does work okay with this image. Let me just show you a crop that makes a huge difference in how this would work. And I'm going to crop it in a certain way to just basically show you. So we're here in a program called Luminar. You guys have heard me obviously talk about this with Mike before, but I'm going to go ahead and crop this image. This is going to be really quick, and I'm doing this in a weird style simply for the Facebook, because she said for a Facebook cover. So if you notice, I put the golden rule here, the thirds, I put it right between the 2 feet, okay? And then we have our negative space over here on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finalize this so you can see it without any of the other stuff. So here it becomes a much more powerful image, simply because we're taking the negative space and we're pushing people towards the main subject, and that's where the power comes from. We're not looking around the image and then trying to center up on the image. We're actually, if they're looking on the left, they're immediately going to look right, and if they're looking on the right, they're going to stay there and look at that leaf. That's exactly how this image becomes more powerful. I think the only thing out there that I would probably suggest is she did a little bit of toning to take some of the purple out of the background. The real story here is the purple Converse with the leaf stuck on the bottom of it, and if you don't have those colors around the image in other spots, then it doesn't tend to draw your eye away from it, and you'll still retain the nice tones that you have here because you've got a good fall color tone thing going on. And I like the fact that I think you might have used a Lens Baby with this. It certainly looks like my Lens Baby, the Velvia, I think it's called 61 or whatever the heck it is, 56, I think. But I think it's a wonderful image. I just wanted to show you that quick thing with a crop.
That little simple crop made a huge difference.
Yeah. So we got one other one here real quick, Mike. It's in a different program. We have it in Photoshop. And this image was submitted by Ebenezer and Jayakumar, I think is how you say his name.
I can probably find his name here.
Yeah, he was image number 2 in your slideshow. And so the image that he brought, let me just show you what the image that he brought looked like, because it's a little different. So I'm going to make this big and just drag it over here so you can see it. So you should be able to see that.
Yep.
So you notice the position of the moon.
Yeah.
So I thought this was a really cool image. I thought it was very unique. I liked it. But it was, I kept thinking to myself, man, if you would have moved down and to the right just a little bit, that moon would have been right in the hook.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's all I can think when I look at this now. And so what I did was a simple move, not that you should edit this photo and change it. I would leave it the way it is and use it as a kind of a learning thing for yourself. But if you would have moved down in to the right a little bit, the moon would have lined up with this beautiful curve in this branch, and you would have had the image here. And if you do crop this image, if you do hit the crop tool in this, you'll notice in a 4:6 format, I cropped it in a little bit, that the moon is in 1/3 and the bird is in the other, and it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been a nice composition. So just something to think about when you're out there. I know that, usually birds, especially mourning doves, the minute you pull a lens up, so a little secret when you're shooting birds, have your camera ready, have a good camera that autofocuses really well. Do not bring your lens up until you're ready to shoot. And I know that's like, holy crap, I'm supposed to bring it up and compose. Yes, that's exactly the toughness of getting the shot. But the minute they see the flash of the lens, they generally tend to just bolt at that point.
Danger.
Danger. All right. And then I want to show my favorite image. So this one we're not going to edit. This is my favorite image.
Oh, Debbie Henry.
Yeah. Debbie loved this image. I love the toning. I just love the fact that when I first looked at it, I thought it was like some sort of like painting or a drawing of some sorts. And then the closer I looked, I'm like, wow, that's like the way that the gown and everything was just great. So this was my favorite image out of all of them. It could have been, you could have composed it differently or any of this kind of stuff, but it kind of looks like a statue. And this is what I meant by the matter of fact. Mm-hmm. It's right dead center. Symmetry is there. It's kind of got a very Gothic look to it, which is, if you're in a cemetery, a lot of times you see people will take pictures of, the statues and monuments, and they're kind of like that. And that's kind of what this reminded me of. So that's my favorite. That's all I got, Mike. And we're going to talk. You want to talk about the winner?
Yeah. Let's talk about the winner.
All right, so let me stop sharing. So here we go. Give you time to switch over. There we go. Awesome, man. You're good with that.
I'm on it. All right. So the winner, which winner are we talking about?
So the winner that you guys picked, right? You picked a winner?
We did. And let me make sure, because last time I messed up. So let me make sure I get the right person this time. All right. Let me pull down the winner. Uh-oh. Do I not have the winner?
Wasn't the winner number 6 in the slideshow?
Yeah, I don't see them in my thing here. Hold on, I'm going to have to pull an audible.
The firefighter?
Yeah.
That was the winner, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to have to pull an audible and do something a little bit different here.
Now, the only thing I'm going to talk about as far as when we show this image is why it didn't make my win, because I thought it was a great image. It just didn't make my win for one little reason. Tiny reason.
And it was Bayradine, right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With the gentleman that has the last name that I cannot say. I tried really hard tonight to say his last name.
Why don't we do this while we're waiting for me to get that ready?
You want me to screen share it?
Yes. Why don't you screen share it?
Okay. I can do that, man. Don't worry.
I don't know how that one, the winner, is missing.
Well, it's so we got a whole bunch of new stuff going on, guys. Yeah. So just bear with us here because let me share that. There we go. All right. So that's the winning image right there.
Yep. That is the winning image. Let me make that big. There we go.
Me too. Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I can make it any bigger.
No, I made it where everybody can see it. So that was
this. I could do this. Bing. I can do that. There we go. Even bigger. All right, so it's a really cool idea. I love the backlit. This gentleman was a firefighter groom, so he had his guys there shooting the fire extinguishers. I love the idea here. I think the execution was off just a little bit, and that's simply the two things that bother me are the tree. I would have liked to just seen this moved over and gotten some of that. The spray that's behind the one gentleman on the right looks amazing. And I just think that if you would have moved this over to the right a little bit and got the tree out of there and then not cut off the gentleman's butt, because that's kind of, on an image like this, the bride and groom are almost in the center. So it's one of those things where you centered up the people, but then didn't take the shot in the center. Yeah. So yeah, that's one where, I know it's a tough thing because how many shots do you have with the fire extinguishers, right, to do it. And this is one of those photos where I'm sure they love it, and that's all that really counts. As far as what I probably would have done with it, unfortunately, is I probably would have cut the groomsmen out and gone with a vertical crop here and just had this beautiful cloud of stuff behind them and focused on just them. Sorry, groomsmen, but if they weren't lined up perfect, it doesn't make the shot.
And I can't remember, he might have done that in another shot too.
Sure.
Because I think this was like a behind the scenes image or something. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so again, it's one of those things though, behind the scenes submitted for a contest. Right. That's, I don't know. If I'm submitting for a contest, I submit the real deal, not the behind the scenes shot. That's just me, I guess. But that's totally up to you. You do what you want. That's what we're talking about, though, is just that's why it didn't make my winning. Okay. I don't want to go too long on it. I think it's a wonderful idea. I've never seen it done before, so I thought that was pretty cool. And keep doing it because it's awesome.
Yeah, we had a number of good entries in the regulars group.
Oh yeah, and there's stuff to talk about on the next show. So.
All right.
Okay, cool. I got to stop screen. I'm in control. What's going on? I'm not in control. There we go.
All right, so that really wraps it up much quicker. I think we've gone over a little bit, but we do have a couple of things to close as we go out, and that is, AD, you have both the explorographer.com and you have a site. Let's go over there. We'll look at the explorographer.com, which is the explorographer.com. You just go there and you can go see all the connections that you have to use, see some of your work, and the store where we give away some of your products. You must be adding some products because the last person who gave it said, I can't find it. I can't find the Lightroom preset. And I said, it's now on page 2.
Yes. Yes, so, I have added some products finally.
Yeah. So you go over there, you got to go to page 2 now if you win this versus page 1. So great, you're adding some products. So you also do something over on Patreon too, right?
Yeah, so if you go to the Learn Photography thing up on the top of the screen up there on the Explorographer, there's a little link there for the creators. It should say Patreon or something there. And you go there, that takes you to thecreators.com, which is where I help photographers realize monetary streams for their work. So a lot of photographers get into photography and think, well, I'm going to sell images, and then they don't, and they get discouraged, or I'm going to do workshops and they can't figure that out, or I want to have a podcast and they don't know how that works. So generally what I try to do is help photographers devise some sort of revenue streaming plan so that they can realize all possibilities, and then I help them get there. So I'm starting a live stream broadcast tomorrow night that's for Patreon subscribers only, and it's essentially to teach you how to do what we're doing right now, which is a podcast. And so if you've wanted to teach workshops online or webinars or that sort of thing, that's exactly what I'm doing. And you sign up for as little as $1 a month, and you can watch these videos and participate in the live streams and learn things, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. I'm also doing a Luminar training series as well at the same time. But that'll be free, actually. You can go to my Patreon and just follow it, and then you can watch the Luminar series for free. And so if you have Luminar from MacFun or Skyloom software, And that's what I added to my store too, was the new LUT files, or lookup tables, which are, you can use those with Photoshop, you can use them with Premiere, you can use them with Luminar, and basically they just kind of, make your photos look all graded and nice and that sort of stuff. So
awesome.
So yeah, man.
Well, I have Luminar now. I bought it. I did the pre-order and I have it, and been playing with it a little bit. And I think I got those presets or whatever. What'd you call them?
Yeah, I saw you jumped in there. Actually, what we're gonna do too for the giveaway, Mike, is we're gonna change it up. We've never done this before, but I think what I'd like to do is you can have your choice of anything in the store. So it doesn't matter what it is, whatever you want. One thing, but you can have your choice. So the winner tonight can just pick what they want, and that's what they get. So
all right, that's awesome. If you're going to do that, that almost opens it up to anybody, because we generally try not to pick the same person that's already won.
Right.
But so, do you want to pick? Do you want us to go out and come back, or what do you want to do?
Well, I had an idea for a winner, but I didn't know if you had an idea for a winner. So if you don't, then I got one picked for you. If you do, then we should go off and discuss it.
I think as you're being this generous, you get to pick.
No, you're like the nicest guy I know in the world. Drives me crazy.
I try.
Teach you to be a little bit more nasty. I don't know. All right. So I picked Jason Clark. We didn't show his photo tonight. We're going to talk about that in the next one that we do. If we can get another one squeezed in before Christmas. Mm-hmm. I forget what month we're in, right? It's that month.
We're already in December, yes.
Yeah. Plus we have the end of the, when do we do the end of the year show?
In January.
In January. So we can squeeze another one in December.
Yeah. Yes, 30 minutes. Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, we got to wrap this up. We'd love to talk. So yeah, I'd like to pick Jason Clark. He submitted a cool photo that we'll talk about in the next show. But I'd like to pick him as the winner, and we'll get a code for him, and you can take care of that on your end.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Jason Clark. Okay, yeah, we'll show his show next time. So
yeah, he's doing some creative stuff with a photo, and I think he could really use some of those tools right now. I love to see creativity. If you guys want to win, submit creative photos, because that's the ones I'm going to pick for sure. So
yep. All right, very good. Thanks, AD, and thanks everybody for coming out. We're going to go ahead and end the recorded live portion of the show. We're a little bit over, but we're much better than the hour and a half, 2 hours before. So we'll see you probably in about 2 weeks. Awesome. Everybody.
Good night.